We can't afford anything in Britain. Forget inflation. Forget GDP. Forget politicians telling you the economy is growing. Let's measure Britain another way. Measure it by what happens at the supermarket checkout. Measure it by the number of people checking their banking app before filling the car with petrol. Measure it by the couples delaying having children because they can't afford a spare bedroom. Measure it by the pensioner sitting in a dark living room because switching the heating on feels like a financial decision. That's Britain in 2026, and the numbers behind it should concern every single one of us. The Office for National Statistics recently found that 67% of adults said their cost of living had increased over the previous month. Even more revealing, 91% of those people blamed the cost of food shopping. Think about that. The biggest conversation in Britain isn't about getting richer, it's about whether people can afford the weekly shop. Now, here's something you probably haven't heard. Britain's economy actually grew by 0.6% in the first quarter of this year. Sounds positive? Except during exactly the same period, household disposable income fell by 0.8%. Read that again. The economy got bigger, once, while households became poorer. That's why so many people feel disconnected whenever politicians celebrate economic growth, because GDP doesn't pay your gas bill. GDP doesn't buy your shopping. GDP doesn't cover your rent. Real life does, and real life has become brutally expensive. The Office for National Statistics also reports that 88% of adults say the cost of living is one of the biggest issues facing Britain today. So why does it feel like Britain has become permanently expensive? Because prices don't rewind. When inflation slows, prices don't return to where they were. They simply stop rising as quickly. That £70 supermarket shop becomes £100 and stays there. That's the difference many people still don't understand. The cost of living crisis isn't an event anymore. It's become the baseline. The Food Foundation estimates that around 12% of UK households experienced food insecurity, affecting around 6.3 million adults. Imagine living in one of the world's largest economies, yet millions of adults are uncertain whether they'll have enough food. That isn't just an economic statistic, it's a warning. Now let's look beyond the headlines. The average house price in England is still more than 7 times average annual earnings in many parts of the country. Private rents have climbed to record highs. Council tax continues to rise. Water bills are increasing. Energy bills remain far above where they were just a few years ago. Insurance premiums have surged. Car finance costs have risen. And for many families, wages simply haven't caught up. This is why so many people say they earn more money than ever before, yet have less left at the end of every month. Britain used to reward progress. Get a better job. Earn more money. Buy a bigger house. Take your family on holiday. Today, that ladder feels broken. Young adults are delaying moving out. Couples are delaying marriage. Families are delaying having children. Not because they don't want these things, but because they can't make the numbers work. Perhaps the biggest change isn't showing up on a spreadsheet. It's showing up in people's expectations. People don't ask, "Where are we going on holiday this year?" They ask. "Can we afford a few days away?" They don't ask. "Should we replace the washing machine?" They ask. "Can we keep it going for another year?" We're becoming a nation that celebrates getting through the month instead of getting ahead in life. Britain hasn't suddenly become a poor country, but for millions of ordinary people, it has become an incredibly expensive country to live an ordinary life. So here's my question. If the economy is improving, why do so many people feel like they're going backwards? Is Britain genuinely becoming unaffordable? Or have we simply accepted a standard of living that previous generations would have refused to tolerate? Let me know your experience in the comments. What have you stopped buying? What sacrifices have you made? Because behind every statistic...
Living on the breadline. There's a couple of arguments where that one stems from. Some folks say it's from 1929, the Great Depression, but I've heard a different story from America in around 1820, and the poor people used to queue up for food handouts from the US government, and that queue was called the breadline. Fact.
Hey guys, mind the fact that I literally look like an egg and I live behind a hotel and there's some kind of free concert going on. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this because I'm currently texting my friend about it, and it's so true, and I think we're all going through it a little bit at the minute. But like, why are we working full time? Or like in my friend's case, she works full time plus an additional job just to be able to have the basics, like your food shop, which is, I don't even want to talk about how expensive that is at the moment. You know, your living costs, everything like that, and maybe a few nice things in life, like on your food shop one week you might buy yourself a nice dessert or a bottle of wine. You might be able to go on holiday this year. Like, what? Like, how are we all working full time and yet we're just about comfortable? Like, we can just about have the nice things if we save up all year for them. Like, I just feel like it's so unfair. Like, for me, I've been to uni, I've got 2 degrees, I'm in a managerial position at work, but like, what? It baffles me so much, and I think this is why a lot of people are looking for ways to make additional money, but we're all thinking like, I haven't got time. Like, my friends just texted me and basically said, like, I already work like 2 jobs. Like, I do not have time. Like, I don't even have time for myself. And like, for me, this is why I've started a business with Arbonne that's an online business, and I can do that in my small pockets of time in the day. But it's so true. Like, some people genuinely, they're not lying. They don't have time. Not even time for themselves. Like, they just feel like they're going to work, eating, sleeping, repeat every single day, bar maybe 1 or 2 days in the week. Like, it shouldn't have to be this way. Why is it this way? It shouldn't have to be. And this is why so many people are looking for additional ways to make money without having to give up a lot of time, and that is where network marketing businesses come into play and are genuinely helping people have the nice things in life without having to stress about giving away more of their time to go to work, or time that they don't have to go to work. Like, yeah.
This is survival mode. The way this country is going down the shitter, yeah, the price of things is outrageous. How come, yeah, some frozen strawberries covered in chocolate in Aldi are £3.49? I did pay for them this time. I've not paid for them before, but I did pay for them this time. And honestly, I was outraged. It's just a joke. It's getting worse. Like, I just got 1 bag of food, yeah, and within that bag of food I got a pack of mince, a big pack of chicken, like 4 pieces, I think they are, 4 chicken breasts, not for me obviously, 2 Greek yogurts, some barely any fruit, 1 avocado, 1 cucumber, and then just some treats, yeah. Do you want to know how much it comes to? This hasn't even got 1 dinner in it, you know. £45. £45! This country is a disgrace. Like, £45. The average person would have to work 4 hours to pay for 1 bag of snacks, you know, and a pack of chicken and mince. That's literally it. That's all I got. I didn't get no toilet roll, didn't get no household items, didn't get no pasta, no carbs. You didn't get a fucking full meal. I just got a few things that I needed, and it was £44. The average person is on minimum wage. Do the math. It's not mathing. This country is outrageous.
It's easy to see why people don't like people. You know, people let you down all the time. You give people your time and effort, and they stab you in the back or stab you down the side or whatever. They're always backstabbing these people. Sometimes you get people asking for your help all the time. You bend over backwards for them. You don't expect anything in return. But all you have to do is ask them 1 question, and they can't be asked to answer it for you. They can't be asked to help you out. Some people in this world, I'm sure everybody has friends like this or people they know like this, always on the beg, always asking for something, whether it's to lend money, whether it's to come over to my house for a bit. Do you know what I mean? Can I stay at yours for a couple of days because I've had an argument with my missus or my boyfriend or whatever? You know, you do that, and 1 minute that you want something back, you don't get nothing back. There's too many people in this world, friends and families and people you've known from past and present, that it's best to just not trust anyone who hasn't got your best interest at heart. At the end of the day, stick with people who have got your best interest at heart. And remember, look out for yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all you've got.